Hi everybody, we're here today and we're doing the 4-week update for our litter of Australian Labradoodle puppies from the Noel Kiss litter. These puppies turned 4 weeks old today and they have all just come out of the bath. So today we are going to give you an update on each of the puppies themselves, tell you a little bit about each of them, their new weights and what they've been up to over this past week, and we'll also give you a little bit of an update about Ella, their mama. So here we have to start, and we're doing it in birth order as always. This is Miss Green Collar Girl. Green Collar Girl is a gorgeous black phantom, and she's just the sweetest little thing. So the puppies I mentioned all had baths before we started videoing today, and the reason for that is because they are quite messy eaters. They are all eating out of the pan, and they are now getting most of their nutrition from the pan rather than from Mama Ella. We have started the official weaning process for Ella now. Ella will be going home to her guardian family on February the 1st. So that gives us lots of time for she and the puppies both to adjust to that change. So the puppies are already starting to eat raw food. They were eating just pablum and goat's milk last week, and now this week they're on to turkey and beef with vegetables. So they're having lots of fun adjusting to that, and they're still very messy eaters. I have to say, I think these puppies are some of the messiest eaters we've ever had. So they all required a head-to-toe cleanup before this video today. Miss Green Collar was great in the bath, and she also didn't mind having the blow dryer on her. And the other thing we did with the puppies today was clip their claws. So we have been trimming their nails regularly, but today was more of a grown-up version of that. And you can see the teeth are coming in fast and furious, and they're already all chewing on me and everything at all times. So Miss Green Collar here, she is now 1.53 kilograms. Whoopsie, where are you going? So she's doing really well and obviously having no problems getting lots of nutrition out of the pan. So that's our kissy little love bug, Miss Green Collar. And next Reynolds got here little Red Collar Girl. Hi, sweetie. And Red Collar Girl is also a black phantom, but she also has a third color on her, and that's the white that you see here on her chest, you see on her face, under her chin, and also on her hind little toes there. Red Collar is quite the little gal. She may be a small little puppy and the tiniest one in the litter, but she has the giantest personality. She is all sass and she's just the most adorable little thing. When we have the puppies all loose running around, she is the first one who likes to go exploring new things and check new things out. Nothing makes Miss Red Collar worried, isn't that right? And you can see she likes to kiss just like her sister Green Collar. Miss Red Collar is also very good in the bath. She had a little bit more to say about it than her sister did, but still she was very obliging about the whole thing, and she quite enjoyed having the blow dryer on her. And Miss Red Collar is now 1.3 kilograms. So that's our little sweetie pie, Miss Red Collar. And next Reynolds bringing us Mr. Light Blue Collar. Whoops, Miss Red Collar is doing a little bit of squirming there. Hello, Mr. Light Blue. Now, Mr. Light Blue Collar, he is a totally different look from the other puppies. This is our milk chocolate boy, and he has what I call the sort of tuxedo-ish or tuxedo style markings. He's not a real tuxedo as he doesn't have all of the markings that you see. So really, technically speaking, he is a brown abstract puppy, but we'll just upgrade him and say he's tuxedo style. And what we mean by that is he has lots of this beautiful white on his nose, running up to the top of his head, under his chin, tons of white on his chest there, and then he has white on all four of his paws. Now, because Trip is the sire of this litter, and Trip is what we call a dilute chocolate, so that's a dog that's born dark chocolate and then the coat lightens quite quickly. And Trip himself is now what we call a parchment color, so he's more beige than he is chocolate. So we will see that these puppies will all have some coat color changes. And if you rub their coats backwards, you can see that there's a little bit of lightening going on in the color. So Mr. Light Blue may may lighten up a little bit as time goes on. Mr. Light Blue thought that having a bath was probably not his favorite activity. He really didn't think that it was necessary to get cleaned up for the camera. And you can see he also enjoys doing lots of kissing. Mr. Light Blue is a lover of toys. He enjoys all the toys that we have out for the puppies and interacts with them regularly. And Mr. Light Blue is weighing in right now at a whopping 1.67 kilograms, and that makes him the largest puppy in the litter. Next, we're going to have Miss Orange Collar Girl join us. There we go. Hello, Miss Orange Collar. Now, Miss Orange Collar Girl is also a phantom, and she is a chocolate phantom. Technically, we should refer to her as a brown phantom because her chocolate and her brown is definitely not going to stay brown. She already has quite a bit lighter coat underneath, so she's going to dilute and be a little bit of a lighter color. And that will mean that you won't see her phantom markings quite so clearly as she's older. Now, she has even more white markings than Mr. Light Blue Collar does. She has more white on both sides of her face, up her nose again, and onto the top of her head. And then she has all 4 white paws, and then she has a very generous amount of white on her tummy and chest. Now, you can see Miss Orange Collar Girl is sitting very quietly. Orange is probably the quietest puppy in the litter. She is always very acquiescent. She's always very, very quiet in everything. She loves to come out and check things out. She's not at all shy, but she doesn't say too much, and she goes along with the flow very easily. And when she was having her bath, she was not at all worried about it. She didn't really like the water part, but she quite enjoyed getting her nails done and getting blown out. She thought that was okay. So our little Miss Orange Collar Girl, oh my goodness, some of them are complaining in the crate there. She's weighing in at 1.43 kilograms, so she's towards the top end of the pack. There we go. Next, we're going to have Dark Blue Collar Boy. There we go. Oh my goodness, somebody's having quite a song, and I know who it is. That'll be Yellow Collar. He is the most communicative. Oh no, Reynolds says, no, it's Light Blue Collar. I think that happened last video too. I had them mixed up. So here we have Mr. Dark Blue Collar. Now, Mr. Dark Blue Collar is the squirmer in the litter. He does not like to sit still. He doesn't like to be held for his photos. He doesn't like to be held to be in the bath. He doesn't like to be held to get his hair dried. And he doesn't like to be held for his videos. No, you don't. This guy is always on the move. He is ready to go and explore and check things out and really have fun. He doesn't really have any interest in just hanging around doing not much of anything. And this little guy, if you'll remember, he's our red caramel puppy. So again, with this puppy, his coat is going to lighten through the time. You're distracting me. His coat is going to lighten over time, so he won't stay as dark of a red color as he is now. He'll get some lighter coloring. And again, if you push his coat backward, you can see that there's a lighter color underneath there. Oh yeah, I know, your tail's wagging. That is the other thing that never stops in this dog, is his tail wagging. And Mr. Dark Blue Collar is 1.34 kilograms. So that's enough of you, Mr. Fuss Budget. There you go. That's Dark Blue Collar, not light blue, by the way. I think I said light blue. And here is Mr. Yellow Collar, who is always falsely being accused of howling. Yes, Mr. Yellow Collar was quite a talker originally when the puppies were still young, but he is quite a bit quieter now, and he does not really fuss very much at all. And Mr. Yellow Collar is also a phantom, and he is a black phantom. Now, he has slightly different phantom type markings. He doesn't have anything above his eyes, and on the side of the face, you can just see his markings. So we call this a weak phantom. Oh my goodness, somebody's calling you weak. We know you're not weak at all. But they're just not as prominent. He's not as prominently marked as Red Collar Girl is or Green Collar Girl is. And he's got this beautiful white on him as well. And he has what we call a very strong stop. and that's where the top of their nose goes into their forehead. And his is really almost at a 45-degree angle, and it's accentuated by the fact that he has this pretty little white line going up his face. So he really looks like he has a very strong stop. And then he's got all the pretty white on top of his nose, under his chin. He's got lots and lots and lots of white on his tummy, and he's got 4 white paws. So if this dog were to become a breeding dog, he would be able to make a tuxedo pattern, a party, and a phantom. So he has all sorts of things going on. He actually will also be able to make chocolate color puppies, cream color puppies. He has everything there, so he can do whatever somebody wants if he was a breeding dog. But so far, he's just our little puppy guy. And Mr. Yellow Collar is weighing in at 1.39 kilograms. Here you go, buddy. And finally, we have our little sweetie, who was our last born in the litter, and who has an equally waggy tail, like her brother, who's the same color. This is Miss Purple Collar, who is our pretty little red caramel girl, who has a little tiny smidge of white on her chest. And this little girl, well, this is just a little dog girl. She's very sweet, very, very affectionate, and she is always wanting to come up and be cuddled. That's her favorite thing, is to be cuddled. She also enjoys playing with the toys a lot, and she is very good at eating out of the pan, and she is very good at licking, as you can see. She is an extraordinarily kissy little puppy. And she too, you will note on her coat, if we brush her fur backwards a little bit, that she also has a lighter color underneath. Probably a little bit less than her brother, Mr. Light Blue Collar, but still nonetheless, her red is not going to stay quite as dark as it is right now. No, it's going to fade a little bit, but you'll still be a star. So that's just, I like to point that out to everybody, because sometimes people fall in love with a puppy's color and don't realize that their colors change as time goes on, just like our hair color changes. And Miss Purple Collar is 1.35 kilograms, and she is actually, her brother, Mr. Dark Blue, is 1.34. So that makes him the second smallest. So she's now the third smallest puppy in the litter, and Red Collar Girl is the smallest, and Mr. Light Blue is the biggest boy. So that's all of the puppies. And now, as I was saying, this week their biggest accomplishment is they have had their area expanded, and we've actually just today moved their area from the front of the Doodle Den to the rear of the Doodle Den. And the reason for that is because they are going to start learning to use the doggy door and go outside. We'll probably do that up after our puppy family visit, which is going to be on Saturday. So we have our families coming, we'll have everybody come, we'll all sit down together on the floor, and the puppies will all come out, and everybody will have a chance to interact with all of the puppies. It's always a lot of fun for everyone, and the puppies just love it too. So the puppies are eating now their raw meat diet, and over this week we will transition them so that by the end of this week, by the time they're 5 weeks old, there will be no more pablum and goat's milk included in their diet. They will just be eating the raw meat, vegetables, and they will be drinking water. And we'll also be giving them some supplements. So we have a special supplement. It's a vitamin formula that's designed to complement a raw diet. And so they'll be getting that, and they're also getting hemp seed oil. And that gives them all the important omegas that they need. When you use fish oil to provide omegas, the efficacy isn't there, as the product breaks down very rapidly. Whereas when you use a plant-based one, such as the hemp, then the efficacy stays there for a much longer time. It's able to be stored, contained in the bottle, and transported without losing all of its potency. So that's the update for the puppies. As for Ella, we've cut back on her food, which she's not too crazy about. She's always looking for more right now. And the reason we've done that is because we're only allowing her to nurse the puppies for 2 minutes at a time, and that's for 4 times a day. Now, starting tomorrow, that will move down to 3 times a day, and by the end of the week, it'll just be down to 2 times a day, and then we'll move that down to 1 time a day, and then by the time she's picked up on February the 1st, then she won't be nursing them at all. So she's in and out with the puppies, but she's not spending as much time with them as she was previously. And pretty soon we'll start introducing them to our other adult dogs so that she'll have some aunties, or the puppies will have some aunties to help out with the puppy rearing job, and Ella can have a break from her kids. So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything, of course, as always, please feel free to ask. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up, and we hope you're subscribed. We have done an update to our Puppies 1, 2, 3 series, and the newest update is on how do we allocate the puppies? What is the process for matching you with your new Labradoodle puppy from Van Isle Doodles? So that will be coming out later this week, and we hope that you'll all be subscribed and get the notification and watch that and enjoy it as well. So thanks so much for watching today, and we'll see you next week for our week 5 update for the Noel Kiss litter of Labradoodle puppies.